What do you think Pakistan and Pakistanis should make or benefit from this appreciation from the Trump administration? What does this mean in tangible terms? Let me acknowledge you mentioned that he's an astute businessman, and there are no free lunches in the U.S. politics or the political culture. So, what does this mean for Pakistan, and what should Pakistan expect and offer the US so that this goodwill can be translated into something tangible, mutually beneficial, and enduring?
Okay, so a great question. So Pakistan's relationship with the US been very paradoxical, to say the least. You see a lot of dichotomies, this way or that way, and open paradoxes, contradictions. And to quote one of my friends and one of my fellow journalists, Malia Lodi, who was ambassador here as well twice, your friend as well, Dr. Malia Lodi. So I think she wrote an article once and called Pakistan a most sanctioned US ally. That was, and it's true that during those times, especially during the first senior Bush and later on, even during Clinton, Pakistan was under lots of sanctions, and probably it was supposed to be an ally, but it was, under lots of sanctions. So you see, yes, okay, if we are an ally, for God's sake, you don't put us under these sanctions. Number one. Number two, she
but
also
on a lighter note, isn't that something that Mr. Trump is also doing to a lot of other allies? He's penalizing India for being difficult on the tariff regime and for joining BRICS.
Yeah, that's a whole new, different subject. It will be like a rabbit hole for us if you go down that road. You just, of course, this is just amazing what you see here, what's happening with even Canada. Forget about India. India is thousands of miles away. Canada was supposed to be, as he thinks, a 51st state, but if not, it's a sovereign state, but it's a very close country. So you hardly see any difference between these two countries when you travel across. But anyway, so that's a different subject. So she called Pakistan a most sanctioned ally, number one. Number two, she also made a comment during one of our discussions, actually, when she invited some community members to Washington from across the country. And she said, there are two facts that we cannot escape. Pakistan is a Muslim country, and Pakistan is a nuclear power. And the world will always see us through those lenses. So you see so these paradoxes also have something to do with the nature of our nation, the way the country was founded. So that we have to keep that in mind as well. But at the same time, Dr. Ali, I think what happens when I see it, we've been, especially we meaning Pakistanis, been very good at tactical relationships, tactical steps, transactional steps with the Americans and with the West overall. But we have failed miserably in long-term strategic thinking, even though we've been called a strategic ally, but we haven't seen. I'm talking about, yes, when you, of course, you are one of the major experts on Pakistan and U.S. military relationships. Of course, that's been there since day one. But I'm talking about the overall Pakistan-U.S. relations. We haven't been very successful in strategic thinking, and basically, getting some benefits out of these transactional steps that we've seen. Something's positive right now. This is transactional, actually. We handed over a bad guy to the Americans. They're very happy. Yes, of course, we got some praise. Yeah, that was just one transaction. But what about the overall relationship? What about our strategic directions? Yes, we listened to you, and we honored your word, and we agreed to the ceasefire, right when you asked us to do. It's fine, good transaction. But what's coming out of this for us? Okay, you're talking about trade. Yes, we are sending our trade delegation. But, I did actually ask, I get a chance when the field marshal was here with the community. I spoke with him briefly, and also with Mohsin Naqvi, the interior minister. And I said, if you remember, I think you were here back then in Washington when Holbrooke was like, he was actually very, he loved Pakistan. I must give this credit to him. He liked Pakistan. He liked Pakistanis. He, loved the culture. He was very close to the Pakistani American community as well. I met him several times at different Pakistani homes here in DC. So, he was trying to create ROZs, regional opportunity zones, along the border, especially in the northern areas, and also in different underprivileged areas where America.
I think there was a commitment around $750 million as well, I remember.
And, build those ROZs where the Americans will help Pakistan establish those opportunity zones where the underprivileged population, people, communities will have opportunities to contribute and be part of the business development in Pakistan. So that was a great idea. But, when he died, of course, he had a stroke, then heart attack, poor guy, premature death. But then it was a major loss for Pakistan as well, because that whole idea kind of, fell apart and fell through the cracks. So we don't hear anything about those ideas. So I asked them, and it was before their White House meeting. So I said, why don't you ask them to revise and maybe, restore those ideas, maybe, review some of those proposals that you have made to Pakistanis before. So Pakistan now has to be more strategic. They shouldn't be just happy with the praise that's been showered on their leaders. It should be kind of a wholesome relationship. It should be a start of a wholesome relationship involving not just political relationship, military to military visits and dialogue. It should be about the people of Pakistan, and Pakistan can benefit greatly. I mean, you still have 3.5 years. You have a president who thinks very highly about not just their Pakistan's leaders, but also its people. I mean, he said Pakistanis are incredible people. They make incredible products. That may not be totally true. I don't think so. Pakistanis still are industrially or in manufacturing. We are up to the mark yet, but there are opportunities. What I see here, again, I'm sorry to say that, our focus on crypto. We're spending, now we're about to, I guess, billions of dollars. I don't know how it's going to trickle down to the most underprivileged in Pakistan, in societies, across, the communities across the country. How is going to benefit from a small business person, a small shop owner? I don't know that. It may or it may not. But is there any strategic thinking beyond one's own immediate political interest? What I see here is a very short-term personal goals, very short-term political goals for their own parties. So Pakistan that's what, if you ask me what Pakistan needs to do right now, Pakistan has a great opportunity. America is willing to deal with Pakistan in equal terms with India. Whatever opportunities they're providing to the Indians, they're willing to provide to the Pakistanis, provided they have the capacity to absorb and to utilize and to exploit those opportunities. opportunities. If I am a journalist, of course, but I also have an e-commerce company, and I do a lot of I have teams in Pakistan who help me with my business, which is like can say IT business. If I get $1 billion contract from an American company or from American government, does Pakistan have the capacity to absorb that investment? Do we have the skilled labor? Do we have the educated people? Do we have the required infrastructure? If Mr. Trump announces $100 billion deal with Pakistan, can we really absorb that money? I mean, it's just like talking to a guy who lives in a jhopadi in Pakistan somewhere and asking him to, okay, I'm going to give you $1 million right now, go establish a business for me. So you have to have certain, Pakistan's focus should be twofold: reaching out to the Americans and the world at large for, of course, business opportunities. And I think they're doing it. And then, of course, when they get these investments, make sure that we have the capacity to match the very ferocious demands of those investments. I mean, and it's very brutal when a businessman is a businessman. Like you said, if Trump looks at, yes, I give people and some other companies in Pakistan $1 billion, and what happened? What's our ROI? What's our return on investment in Pakistan? Are we getting anything else? Sir, sorry, they don't. It's not operational yet. They don't have the electricity. They don't have the water. They don't have proper roads. They can't provide their kids who want to go and contribute in this business. So these are some of the I think more important matters that I would pay attention to if I were to make any decisions.